with that kick, we're underway. They're setting up the return.
Richard Lucas and I are about to play Action Pass You, a review of Madden 16. Now, I don't dabble in the Madden as much as I should, or the sports games in general. I find that they're very tough to jump into, not only to jump into because there's a lot of time you need to spend with these games, but also to keep up with them, because these are games that really you want to go back to every day, or at least 3 times a week.
They're kind of like RPGs in a way.
They are, yeah. They take a lot of your time, and I do love that, because I love that when people hold on to these games, they can hold on to them for a really long time. But with Madden, it's another one of those things that it's going to take a lot of your time, especially to get into, because there are so many different modes to learn about, but also plays that you need to be practicing.
Especially if you haven't been playing for a while too, right? Because that's the other thing, is that when you play these sports games, and it's been Ben and Jose that have been reviewing them quite a bit over the last few years, especially Madden, you can watch that feature crawl every year, and you can stack and compare. Now, it's been a couple of years since I've played a Madden title. I played a little bit of the first year's iteration on the current gen consoles, just to see how the visuals were. And this is a huge improvement from that. It's a beautiful game, first and foremost.
It's gorgeous.
It really is. And it starts off with a really strong start with this hypothetical Super Bowl 50, which is going to take place in January 2016. And they put the Steelers and the Cardinals together, and you go through this cool story mode. And I was very impressed with some of the new offensive capabilities that they've included in the game, which is lifting off on things that they've always kind of, put into the title, like pressing the Y button to jump up and grab stuff. Now you can press a few buttons as the receiver, a few different choices of buttons, and you do these extended animations as the ball is coming into you.
Oh, man.
And it's incredible. You feel like a superhero.
But that's the thing, there's so many different options here.
Makes the catch in open space.
I love the ease of jumping into it. I think we should talk about that, because I feel like this year they've made it so accessible to people that are playing this game for the first time. And that's so important, because these games are intimidating as hell.
Right,
They're
you feel
so
like a dunce, right? You've got all of these different menu options. You've got your Madden Ultimate Team, of course, which is, they're after they got your $60 moneymaker, because you want to buy all the good cards and grow. But they also threw in a new mode called Draft Champions, which is a great give back to anybody that's been complaining about the Ultimate Team cost, because this is kind of like getting Hearthstone with football included inside your Madden game.
It's amazing, because look, a lot of people like playing fantasy sports, for sure, myself included, but the upkeep of a fantasy sports team is very irritating. So what they did with this was they go through 15 rounds, so just 15 rounds, and it's very quick. They give you a few options to pick from for each round, and then you take that team and you play with them. And I was so intrigued by this, because I thought that I was just going to be playing a card game, and that was it, and I'm letting it play and I'm letting it live. But no, I take this team and I actually run with it, and then I spend time with this team. I get to know this team, and you really try to figure out what kind of team you are. If you're more offensive, if you're more defensive, you want to focus more on special teams. There are so many different options with this game. It's mind-blowing.
Well, and that's the coolest thing, is this is a game that will not only teach you how to play the video game better, but it will teach you how to play, or how to appreciate football a little bit more as well. And that's the best thing you can say about a sports video game, and that's something that we're picking up with on EA's momentum this year at EA Sports. They're really not trying to just do an iteration here. They're trying to shake things up, and I feel like this is a great kickoff, no pun intended, of what they're going to be doing, at least for this year. I have to say, visually, this blew me away. Like, it's an absolutely stunning looking game, and now you can kind of see that sort of photoreal fidelity kind of taking shape, all that stuff that you would have in your head as you were playing 16-bit Madden or PlayStation Madden or PlayStation 2, or whatever, Xbox One. Yeah, now it's really coming into fruition, and you can see fingers going up for those one-handed catches. And I love that they stay with the touchdown celebrations.
Oh, it's great.
All in
even
one
on
seamless
the
animation.
sidelines, and they're all just tapping each other's shoulders and talking, and it's just, you feel like you're a part of it. Not only that, but you feel like it's a real football game that's taking place, because that's exactly how a broadcast goes down as well.
Great try.
Obviously, they need to make a little more improvements when it comes to the broadcasting side of it, because you see the way they're doing broadcasting in NHL now, and obviously Madden isn't quite there.
With
but they're
live
almost
sportscasters?
Yeah, exactly. But I love how they introduce people. I love how the players look and how they run out to the field.
The on-screen video pieces and stuff, it's so slick. I mean, this is really slick, but the best thing is that it plays very well, and of course you've got the skills mode, and you've got franchise, and
a million things to do.
and you've got the Ultimate Team, which I think is going to be the biggest time all-time suck, and then the draft champion. This is a lot of value for the dollar.
If you're a football fan, especially.
Yes, and you've already got this if you're a football fan, and you know, be prepared to be overwhelmed by its charms and become a football fan when you play this. It's really damn fun.
Totally, you just have to spend a lot of time with it. Just get ready for that.
What are you going to give Madden NFL 16?
Definitely worth an 8.5.
It's a 9 from me.